welcome to another How Slim Would Book video. I'm Slim, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't be doing this. And today's episode we are booking the 2021 Women's Royal Rumble. Much like the men's, so I'll just get on with it. So entrant number 1 to the Women's Royal Rumble is Mickie James, because why not? But number 2, surprise entrant, Trish Stratus, because why not have a Mickie versus Trish again, Number 3 then comes out, and it's Lita, because when you think of Trish and Mickie, Lita then comes to mind. Surprises aren't done yet, and entry number 4 comes out. Obviously, then 3 are just fighting each other. Entry number 4 is Beth Phoenix, because, well, they like to include her among the best, so why not? And number 5 comes out, and they like to include her among the best as well, and it's Natalya, so, having all 5 in the ring sort of circling each other and then going at it, cool visual. Number 6 comes out, and it's Lana, which makes sense, because she's Natalya's friend, and, she gets in the ring and tries to have a go at Beth Phoenix, but she's unsuccessful in that attack, and Beth just beats her up and gets rid of her. And that allows Natalya to attack Beth, so yeah. 7 then comes out, and it's Shayna Baszler. She doesn't eliminate anyone at this point, just, hurts people. Number 8 is Ruby Riott, because we need somebody that can give Shayna a little bit and also be beaten up by Shayna, so yeah. Number 9 is the other half of the Women's Tag Team Champions, Nia Jax, because they should still have the belts, and we will see some dissension in the team during this match, which will set up their Mania match, which works because I booked that in my How I Would Book video, so go check that one out for WrestleMania. Alright, number 10 is Candice LeRae, and she goes after Mickie, Trish, Lita, and Beth. But they all just hit their finishing moves and toss her out. Number 11 comes out, and it's Liv Morgan, so she can try and help Ruby Riott, which is who Nia and Shayna are beaten up on, which allows that whole Candice stuff, so that's that. But yeah, Liv Morgan comes down to help Ruby, backfires, and Shayna and Nia eliminate both of them. However, Shayna gets rid of Liv first, and then as she comes to help Nia, she sort of... It seems like she almost eliminated Nia, so yeah. That then gets the two of them arguing, and the next entrant then comes out, and it's Tamina, entry number 12. She gets in the ring, hits a super kick to Natalya, Beth, Lita, Trish, Mickie, and Baszler, not Nia. But that only happened when Baszler pushes Nia out of the way of the super kick. Nia and Tamina then square up to each other, and then they both look at Baszler, like, they're working together. And Baszler's like, oh shit, what? Why? We're the tag champs. And then as Tamina goes to get Baszler, Nia dumps out Tamina. Then Nia and Shayna team up and go and take on everyone else, because they're down from super kicks from Tamina. So every time someone gets up, they just beat them down. Number 13 comes out, and it's Nikki Cross, and she comes down and attacks Baszler and Nia, and they double team her, but they don't get rid of her yet. Baszler and Nia stand tall for a while over everyone, and just every time they get up, knock them down. Number 14 is Kacy Catanzaro, who immediately gets in the ring, and Nia tosses her over the top rope onto the announcer's table. And Nia and Shayna argue again because Nia tossed her too far. And then eventually the two of them start fighting, so yeah. Number 15 then comes out, so we're halfway through, and it's Charlotte. She gets in the ring, and by this point Nia and Shayna are sort of fighting at the ropes closest to the announcer's table, and Charlotte just sort of eliminates both of them at the same time. Nia and Shayna get back up and continue to argue, and Casey just jumps from the announcer's table onto Nia's back, climbs up her back, stands on her shoulders, kicks Shayna in the face, then jumps over the top rope because that would be cool. Um, and then, she sort of gets big booted straight away, and over the top rope she goes, eliminated by Charlotte. 16 then comes down, and it's Lacey Evans who gets in the ring, goes right after Nikki Cross. And as she goes to get rid of Cross, she reverses and eliminates Lacey. Charlotte, Trish, Lita, Mickey, Beth, and Natalya then all circle each other and eventually go at it, breaking off in pairs. So we've got Natalya and Beth, Trish and Lita, Charlotte and Mickey. Cross is just sort of watching from the corner because she eliminated Evans, and sometimes they do that. They eliminate someone and they just sort of sit down in the corner. So she's just watching. Eventually, Charlotte gets rid of Mickey after hitting a spear. She then eliminates both Phoenix and Natalya with a double clothesline. She saves Trish from being eliminated by Lita, and she also eliminates Lita while doing that. And then Trish and Charlotte circle each other. And at that point, entrant number 17 comes down, and it's Mandy Rose. Rose comes down, and Cross gets up. We then do the whole, there's two people who have a feud sort of thing. Obviously they don't have a feud, but they're squaring off in the Rumble, and they just sort of turn and attack someone different. So we have that, and we have Trish taking on Mandy Rose, because she's blonde and whatnot, so it looks like Charlotte. And Nikki Cross with Charlotte, who obviously Nikki's got brown hair, and Trish does too now, so that just makes sense. Eventually, Charlotte and Trish, take care of them. They're not eliminated, but, and they square off, and Charlotte gets the better of Trish with a spear and a natural selection and tosses Charlotte out. Tosses Trish out. Charlotte and Cross then go at it, leaving Mandy Rose all alone when entrant number 18 comes out, who is a returning Sonya Deville. Makes sense. And Sonya comes down to the ring, brawls with Mandy, and eventually eliminates her after hitting multiple strikes and a fair few knees in the face. Cross and Charlotte are still going at it, but Charlotte's gaining the upper hand. Number 19 then comes out, and it's Dana Brooke. Brooke checks on Mandy as she comes down, because apparently they're tag partners. She then gets in the ring and gets destroyed by Sonya, who once again hits some knees, and out goes Dana. So, yeah. She then starts gloating, saying that she's the best, she's the best striker in WWE, and entrant number 20 comes out 2/3 of the way through the Rumble. Ronda Rousey returns. Rousey comes down, and her and Sonya have a MMA sort of thing, a WWE version of an MMA fight. And eventually, Rousey, wins the fight, and she gets rid of Sonya. And when she does, Charlotte gets rid of Cross at the same time, and Charlotte and Ronda then go at it. Number 21 comes down, and it's Alexa Bliss. Bliss gets in the ring, goes right after Rousey, because obviously Rousey took the women's title from her. So, yeah. I should also mention Bliss is still influenced by The Fiend. Charlotte and Bliss team up on Rousey until the next entrant comes out, and that is NXT's Ember Moon. She gets in the ring, goes after Bliss. Charlotte and Rousey continue to fight by themselves, and Ember and Alexa are also fighting as well. Entrant 23 comes out, and it's Billie Kay, who gets in the ring and stays away from everyone because she's trying to be sneaky. Billie does get involved when Bliss is trying to get rid of Ember, and when Billie gets involved, it sort of helps Ember stay in the ring. Both Alexa and Ember team up on Billie and chuck her out. 24 is then out, and it's Rhea Ripley, and she goes right up to Charlotte and Rousey, but mostly Charlotte. Bliss and Ember continue their fighting. 25 comes out, and it's a returning Naomi, who is currently injured, but I would have her come back here. She joins Ember and Bliss, making it 2 triple threats going on. We then get entrant number 26, who is Zelina Vega, who goes after Naomi and throws her out, but Naomi does a trick to stay in. Don't know what type of trick, but she can create something. I don't know, give her the creative freedom to do that. The two continue to go at it. And that's when entrant number 27 comes out, and it's Bianca Belair. She goes right up to Vega and Naomi and eliminates both of them at the same time. Belair also gets rid of Ember, but Bliss hangs on. Belair then turns her attention to Rousey and Charlotte and tries to eliminate them. Bliss, Rousey and Charlotte all ended up on the apron, not eliminated. However, Belair thinks, I am in the ring by myself now, and tries to gloat. However, all three of them get back in the ring and beat up Belair before getting rid of her. And then all three of them circle each other when the countdown clock starts. Entrant 28 comes out, and it's Peyton Royce who decides, I'm not getting in the ring with them three. Why would I? And so the three of them continue to fight. Number 29 then comes out, and it's Carmella, who also decides not to get in the ring until her and Peyton start brawling, and when they do that, they roll in the ring and continue to brawl. Entrant 30 comes out, and it's the last entrant, obviously. And, well, if you see how I'd book WrestleMania video, you know that this person is number 30. It's Sasha Banks. Sasha gets in the ring, and so the last 6 people are now in the ring. And they are Charlotte, Rousey, Bliss, Peyton, Carmella, and Sasha. Sasha joins the Charlotte, Rousey, and Bliss brawl. Eventually, Charlotte and Sasha break off, and so do Rousey and Bliss. Bliss is being influenced by the Fiend, obviously, and so she's able to go toe-to-toe with Rousey. Not for a long time, but long enough that it's sort of, okay, we can believe that. And then eventually Rousey gets the upper hand and eliminates Bliss. At that point, the Fiend shuts off the lights, and Bliss gets in the ring, locks in the Mandible Claw, and eliminates Rousey. So your final 4 are Charlotte, Sasha, Carmella, and Peyton Royce. Eventually, both Sasha and Charlotte and the Peyton, Carmella, like they're brawling by themselves. Eventually, they run into each other. So the next to go... Oh, wait, hang on. Before I say that, I should say that Sasha starts fighting Peyton at that point, and Charlotte fights Carmella. So the next to go is Peyton, who misses a kick and gets backstabbed by Sasha. Off of the backstab, she gets tossed over the top rope, and she's eliminated. Charlotte eventually hits a big boot and natural selection on Carmella. Throws her over the top rope, but Carmella holds onto the middle rope, and Charlotte hits him with another big boot, which finally gets rid of her. Final 2, Sasha and Charlotte. The two fight for a while, I don't know how long, like 10, 15 minutes, something like that, because they can't put each other away. They just cannot. Everything they try, they can't get them eliminated. Eventually, Charlotte big boots Sasha over the top rope. She lands on the apron. Charlotte believes she has won 2 times in a row now. And as she sort of turns around, she gets grabbed and pulled over the top rope in sort of a, like, it says a backbreaker, backstabber, I mean, but, you know, like that, anyway. She gets pulled over the top rope backwards, pretty much. So now we got both of them on the apron. Eventually, Sasha gets Charlotte to be seated against the ring post. I don't know how, but let's just say that we came up with some creative way. So Sasha's sitting on the apron against the ring post. Sasha then hits a double knees on her, and Charlotte just sort of slumps off the apron onto the floor. Sasha grabs a hold of the middle rope and then gets back in the ring and celebrates winning the 2021 Women's Royal Rumble. And then immediately after, she gets on the mic and just says, Bayley, I'm coming for your belt. So, yeah, that's how I would book the 2021 Women's Royal Rumble. Also, I do want to point out, I believe, if that goes to plan, like that, Sasha wins, I believe I know who's going to win the 2022 Royal Rumble if Sasha wins this one. And that's Bayley, because 2019, Becky won. 2020, Charlotte won. 2021, as we see, Sasha won. And 2022, I don't know where I got 24 from. 2022 is obviously Bayley. So, yeah, I don't know, it makes sense. But yeah, that's how I would book the 2021 Women's Royal Rumble. Let me know what you think of that in the comments section. Watch my other How I Would Book videos. I've only done 2 others, the Men's Royal Rumble and WrestleMania 37. Like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell if you want. I don't really care if you do or not, but you probably should. And other than that, thanks for watching, goodbye and good night.